JGR.
Hey guys, this is Joey from Joey's Game Reviews, and today I am finally making a review. So, what day is it? It's Valentine's Day. You know it's something that reminds me of Valentine's Day for how cute and soft he is? Kirby. Today we are talking about Kirby's Dream Land on the Nintendo Game Boy. Let's put the game into the boy. Kirby's Dream Land was released for the Nintendo Game Boy in April of 1992 and is the first Kirby game in the Kirby series. Kirby's Dream Land is a 2D side-scrolling platformer, but it has some unique features compared to the standard ocean of Mario and Sonic clones of the early 90s when Kirby came out. He has the ability to suck up enemies and spit them out as star-style projectiles, and he could puff up and fly, flapping with his arms, which makes the gameplay very unique at the time. There's only two things missing from Kirby's Dream Land: the copy ability, which wasn't added until Kirby's Adventure, the second Kirby game, and color, due to it being a Game Boy game, which is a shame because Kirby games are very colorful and I would like to see the colors. Other than that, Kirby's Dream Land is pretty standard in the Kirby series. So, how's the gameplay? The gameplay is pretty good. Anybody can pick it up and play it and understand what to do. That was the groundwork of all Kirby games, the ability for all ages to enjoy it, from a young kid who doesn't know what he's doing, to an experienced gamer who has a lot of skill. That's the thing about Kirby games. You can play them and beat them with only minor challenges. For me, when I played Kirby's Dream Land, the hard level was the final boss, which took me over 20 minutes to beat on my first playthrough. It was due to King Dedede constantly jumping and hitting me when I had low health. But other than that, after a while I figured it out, and I was able to beat him. So, because we talked about the ending battle, let's talk about the rest of the game. Dream Land has 4 levels: Green Greens, Castle Lolo, Floating Islands, and Bubbly Clouds. 5th level, where you go to Mount Dedede to basically do a boss one of all the previous bosses, then fight King Dedede. So, how are the boss fights? First boss fight, Wisp Woods, is a pretty simple boss fight. You avoid his blow attacks, you avoid the spikes that fall, you eat the apples, you spit them at him. It's a pretty simple first boss, as all first boss have to be. Then there's the second boss, Lolo and Lala. Basically, they're pushing stones around, and you have to hit them from behind. It's pretty simple. The only thing that is pretty complicated is you have to do the same thing twice to lower their health. Other than that, this boss is pretty easy. Then there's Kabula Krakow. This boss is pretty interesting because it's completely different from all the other ones. You get a candy or a sweet potato, as they call it in Japan, and you launch puffballs at it while it fires cannons at you, making it like a shoot 'em up. Other than that, this boss battle is probably the hardest one so far, but it's not super challenging. Then there is the second part of Krakow Kabula, where there's an eyeball that turns into a spike cloud. It's pretty hard. You have to avoid its hits and the bombs and stuff, but you basically have to grab a bomb and then throw it at it. This is, as I was saying before, the hardest boss so far, but it is not so challenging that you would be unable to beat it. So, how is the gameplay? The gameplay is 5 stars. It's enjoyable and it is easy to understand. So, what happens after you defeat King Dedede? Spoilers for the end of the game. Watch at this time when you can continue. So, after you defeat King Dedede, he gets launched from the castle, never to be seen again, until the next game. Then, Kirby celebrates and uses his magical stars to grow into a giant hot air balloon, sending the castle throughout the land, giving the food back to the people of Dreamland. And that's it. That's the game. Overall, it's about a playtime of 1 hour. Some people can play it in 20 to 30 minutes and pretty good, and speedrunners are able to beat it in about 12. So overall, if you're considering the standard time of 1 hour, it's a short game, pretty short, but it isn't so short that you feel unsatisfied, if you know what I mean. So, what is the rating of Kirby's Dream Land? Rating of Kirby's Dream Land is, drumroll please, a 9 out of 10. A great game for any new gamer to play. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and like to Joe's Game Reviews, and bye. Bye!